Hello, my friends. Welcome back in. It's the end of year 9. Will I miss 3 out of 4 of Marcus From's international appearances, like a comment said, bing, last time? Probably. But let's get right to it, shall we? And find out. Oh, and by the way, shout out to a new patron, Nathan Kendall, joining the team. Thank you so much, Nathan, for your support. If you're interested in supporting the channel financially, check out the link in the description below. Now let's get to our players. I was gonna do Marcus first here, but because of that, but he's moved to Bayern, my friends. 275 grand a week, or 78 million euros. Okay, I'm confused. You got a start and 2 subs with Man United, with a start and 2 subs and a cup and 2 international starts and 2 goals and an assist and a player of the match. And then they sold him for 81 million. So they made like a, what is that, 54 million euro profit. I mean, I guess that's okay. Right. And then he got 13 starts, 7 goals and assists, 3 players of the match on a 7-5-8 in the Bundesliga, playing for Bayern. That is, I think, impressive. With a cup start and a goal and a 7.2, continental start of 6.6. And 5 international starts. I think that's combining the 2. So it ended up with 5 international, 2 goals and assist on a 7-3-2. Okay, so he moved in essentially the January window, right? He signs the contract in February. 4-ish year deal, 3.5 year deal. Did he have like an injury or something? Twisted ankle. No, so it wasn't like he was injured for the Man United season, right? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, was he injured in the fall? And they were like, fine, we'll just sell you, right? You got to stop turning so sharply, mate. Like, 5 of your injuries are results of turning sharply. Twisted knee, twisted ankle, tight groin. And we don't have the form. And the one of the comments I got in the last video was like, make sure you like try clicking on, I think this is what the person meant, clicking on their roles here. And going back to form, and nothing changes. I've tried that, so not sure what to make of that. But that's okay. Let's look. How did Man United end up? Oh, see, you sell Marcus Thuram, you finish 4th. You know, probably not. You know, wise move. You know, and then well, we don't want all of Germany. We want Bayern. You know, you sign Marcus Thuram, you win the Bundesliga. You know, like, hey, and not listed as a key player or hot prospect. I'm just looking here. They've got him in a striker role. 275. He's up there, right? He's, you know, tied for 1, 2, 3rd most expensive paid player, same amount as Timo Werner. I mean, I guess that's all right if you're, you know, in that kind of a conversation. Interesting times. And let's see. Okay, so he signed here. So did he play against Tottenham? I'm going to look really carefully because you guys are all over me in terms of not seeing it. But I'm doing like 600 different things. So no, he doesn't play. Oh my goodness. They beat Tottenham 2-1. And Tottenham comes back at home and beats them 4-1. Wait. It said he got a continental start, didn't it? There it is. See, I do eventually catch up. Okay, that to me is a bit surprising. I thought he was going to break through into the Man United team. I mean, to be fair, right, he had a really good season for Leverkusen, so he, you know, presumably, I guess we could find out, knows German, fluent in German and Dutch. So, oh, look at that reputation. Greg's is still his agent, right? Good times. Now let's look at his, yeah, here we go. 153rd. So they've dropped a little bit overall, but I mean, compared to where they started, they've come back. Right. Here he is. There's one. That didn't score a goal. That's, you know, probably the most surprising thing. You play Uzbekistan, you'd probably expect Singapore to score some goals. Played South Korea, started, no goals. No goals against Nepal, and he did play. That's a bit concerning, really, to have them score 3 goals. Who's this guy? That's not good. Why is he scoring? How did he get a brace in 5 minutes? And then he's got some competition, 40 caps, 14 goals. Again, not nearly as good. So maybe all the defenders are focused on Marcus, which then frees up the other people on the team to score. Okay. Yeah. So is this like someone was telling me the African Championship is only for players that play in that country? Is that why he's not included here? Because I do not see him. And then maybe he didn't play. Another comment. Sorry, I know I'm saying other comments, but it's just on the last video, and I don't have them all pulled up. It would take too long. But like maybe if they don't play in these games, it doesn't keep the stats from the game. Okay, so all right. That's not. That's 2,000. Yeah, that's okay. Played against Macau. A 9.6 with a brace. Okay, and then his competition here, who isn't nearly as good. Bit concerning. And a 6.4 against China, not the best. So I'm sure I missed something there, and I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. But I think that's fascinating. Well, I mean, look at this. They've got a player at Bayern, Home United, which is in the Singaporean League, Galang International in the Singaporean League, Oxford in Sky Bet League 1, which is apparently that player isn't as good despite he's escaped Singapore. I mean, it's like, it's a stark contrast, I guess, is my point with Marcus. That's what's going on. Cuts inside from the left wing, so maybe he's also going to get some games here. I really wish we could see the form. That would be really nice. But he's on a key player contract, so you got to imagine this season he is going to like be all over the Bundesliga, right? Like that's what you'd expect. At least that's what I would expect. He's an elite striker. Woohoo! We're just mixing it up today. I'm going in a different order to keep you on your toes. It's Danny Dobson. He's with Club Bruges, which is, again, a bit of a surprise. I'm so confused, right? Like, okay, so Benfica bought him for 160 grand from Cape Town City, who picked him up for free because Ubuntu Cape Town got relegated. They loaned him to Vitesse, then Sassuolo, then Nuremberg. Okay, then Werder Bremen, right? 24 starts, 15 goals. Okay, pretty good little tour of Germany there. A little bit better than here, but, you know, that could be because they're not as good as Werder Bremen, potentially. Then last season, they loaned him, I guess it looked like a full season loan, maybe with an option to buy, or maybe a mandatory fee to buy. We'll never know. 27 starts, 2 subs, 11 goals, 3 assists on a 7.13 is quite good. I mean, it's one every 2.5 games, roughly, but they had 5 cup starts with 4 goals, 2 assists, and a player of the match on a 7.5. 6 continental starts with 2 goals on a 6.68, and 11 international starts with 11 goals, a penalty, 2 players of the match on a 7.39. And then they pick him up for 14 million. So let's take a look at the injuries. Abdominal strain, tight hamstring. That's it. Pretty nice. I'm guessing we can't see the form. Yes. Something has broken. Something has broken. Okay. Shoots with power times striker. Winners of this. Okay. The Cofidis Cup. I guess that is like the FA Cup in Belgium. That's what it says. Won the African Cup of Nations. That was 2025. So let's see, I guess. Okay, so Club Brugge, how did they end up? They finished second. They went on a little run winning the league, then they dropped to third, back to win it, and then second. He's not listed here. Let's just kind of take a look where they... Okay, on the bench. Interesting. Not 59 grand. I guess it's because he just joined, but 59 grand would be more than the 2,200 for Ronaldo Carapisi, who is not as good as Danny. So you would expect Danny to, I guess, take that striker role. Maybe it's just that he just got here and they're, he's got a... But he was here last season on loan. That's a bit strange, but, I mean... In terms of the wage budget, he's the 3rd most highest paid player. Not bad. How did they do? I guess because he had some continental starts here. I'm just curious when that was. Not here, not here, not here. Assuming that our theory that it only keeps them if we have players like on our short list in the game. So that would hold true apparently because he had a 6.5 against Porto. That's a cup game. Celtic, a 6.6. Okay, so he's in all the games that we could see. Man U, 6.5. Not exactly lighting it up. 6.5. I mean, it's tough competition. 7.6. All right. Gets their only goal, and they were a man down. They still lost the game, but, you know, like, you take things as you can. 6.4. Yeah, so not exactly lighting it up, but, you know, did okay. That's tough competition, I guess. Contract signed it yesterday. So again, I wonder if that was a loan with a mandatory fee or something like that. If a foreign club comes in and offers 21 mil, he has to go. That's pretty close though. That'll be interesting to see. Like if his current value, if he has another good like first half of the season, will that result in other clubs coming in for him? Because that's you know, that's not very much higher. That's 4 million higher than where he's currently at. Is there? I am gonna get to his international stuff. I think we've looked at everything we need to look at. So let's go check out South Africa because they get 11 and 11. Woo! With a penalty, and they've gone from what was the lowest 78th down here up to, well, they were 20th and now they're 28th. Still not bad. He's their third top player. 2 of them at Club Brugge. That's got to be good, right? You've got let's see. Is he more wing back, left back? His tackling is a 10. I'd probably play him on the wing here than as a defender, but I mean, look how versatile that guy is. So is that good? Like they kind of play together and they, you know, maybe it allows for combinations of some variety. Gets their only goal in a 2-1 extra time loss in the African Nations second round on a 7.8. So it wasn't his fault. Played quite well. Gets a goal in the 6th. My goodness. 3, 6, 13, 30. Oh, that's a sending off. In 13 minutes, you scored 3 goals, and you get sending off at the 31st minute, and you still win 4-1. That's pretty good, in my opinion. So a 7.3 with a goal. I mean, it looks, you know, oh, well, he didn't get an 8.4. Togo didn't, yeah, he did play 6.8. Morocco, 7.2 with a goal. Got a penalty. You got a brace with the penalty is what I meant to say. On a 9.3 against Zambia. Cameroon played a 6.1. And they still won, despite, I guess, that, right? Like, that's not the best. African Nations qualification. 8.2 with a brace. 7.9 with a brace. Didn't play in these 2 games, it looks like. 7.3 with a goal. 6.4 in a loss to Cape Verde. Or Cape Verde? Verde, right? So all around, things are going quite well for Danny. I'm just a little surprised that Benfica just said, yeah, we'll just loan him, and then sell. I mean, it's good business, right? If you're Benfica, that's theoretically, well, depending on if the clubs here were paying his wages, right? You'd have to do the math. I'm sure it's his overall wages over these seasons are less than 14 million, but that would come into account, right? If he's making 59 grand. But yeah, that's Danny. Congrats, mate. All right, let's do Grant Corrigan here, still with Dortmund, despite the fact that he wanted a better deal. Did he get a better deal? I don't remember 24.5 grand. If that's better. No, it's not a better deal. He's on his original deal. So what did they do to placate him? You know, like, Grant, suck it up. You just got here, or like we'll make you. I can't remember if he was key player or not, or they loaned him. Like, hey Grant, you just got here and you're complaining a lot. I mean, that's really interesting, right? So again, like I was speculating last time, did he come in as a starter and then kind of not perform well, and then they used him from the bench, and then he was unhappy, and they were like, all right, if you're just gonna complain, we're gonna send you to Italy for a full season, 37 appearances, all starts, no goals, 3 assists, 6, 7, 8, 3 cup starts with a goal on a 7.37, much better. 7 international starts with a sub with 4 assists, no goals on a 7.37, pretty good. But that's kind of like, did Grant push his luck too much, right? Damaged his foot, he's out for 12 days, nothing too serious. Bruised ankle, bruised shin. That's all from an injury standpoint. Let's check. Okay, can't see the form. So That's because he's on a key player contract. So will he play this season? Or is, like, are they going to loan him again? He's not loan listed. He's not transfer listed. None of the listings. He has none of the listings, my friends. Let's see how Dortmund ended up without him. They finished in second. Okay. And how did Cagliari, if I can get that out, finish last season? Well, why am I clicking this? I don't know. I don't know why I just went here. Finished sixth, so is that, I guess, Europa League spots? Is that an improvement? Yes, from 12th. Oh, it's all Grant. With his, like, 6 point whatever rating. That's, of course, that's... I clicked right past this. I don't know why. 12th to 6th. So, yeah. I mean, that was all him. Worth 34 million. They paid 9.5, so it's a pretty good value, you could say. I'm just curious if they're actually going to use him this season. Let's check out. I mean, what do we say? It's 8 total appearances, 7 starts, and a sub. How is Scotland doing? Okay, so they had dropped to 59th, and they went up to 47th and dropped back to 53rd. So he is their 4th best player, top player, I guess. Kieran Tierney is with Liverpool. Liverpool is buying everybody. All right, I have no complaints about that. Czech Republic. Okay, every so often I have to remind myself of the player that we're looking for. Not there. Grant. So he's not in the Euro qualifying. He came in as a sub in a 2-2 draw to Portugal, but not long enough to get a rating. He started against San Marino in a 3-0 win on a 6.7. Okay, so that's... Okay, there's a sub and a start, so he should have 6 other starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's check. Slovakia. Yes, 7.1. 5-0 win. Bulgaria. Yes, 7.9 and a 3-1 loss. Must have had an amazing game. Well, everybody else... Oh, okay, Kieran Tierney was good, too. Everybody else was terrible. Interesting. 8.2 in a win against Macedonia. 6.9 in a draw with Slovakia, 7.3 in a win against Macedonia, and a 7.5 in a win against Bulgaria, and they've gotten promoted to League B on 13 points in the UEFA Nations League, and in the Euro qualification process, they've got what? They play 10 games is what it looks like, so 6 games to go. They're in the hunt, right? They're just a point off. It's anybody's game in the Euros. Can Scotland qualify? What do you think, my friends? What do you think about Grant? 29 goals, or 29 caps, not goals. 2 goals. I mean, again, he's playing as a midfielder or a defensive midfielder or something like that. That's all I can really show you about Grant. All right, next player. All right, I'm going to go back kind of to the order we were in because I'm going to forget somebody, and that's going to be bad. Juan is still with Hoffenheim. He's on 52K a week. I can't remember whatever his wages were. Oh, goodness. 20 starts and 3 versus last season 15 and 7. So that's more utilization, especially from a start standpoint. He had 5 goals and assists last season. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists this season. So that extra game, yeah, in terms of overall, 23 versus 22, but 5 more starts, right? On a 6.84 with a cup start, on a 6.9, 11 international with 2 goals, 2 assists on a 6.72. Okay, he's a forward. That's what the media describes him. Curls, All right. No milestones or anything like that. 52K. Injuries. Fractured toe. He was out for 3 weeks. So that's his... was Juan the one I was knocking on my head saying, he's not been injured in 3 years and I've just cursed him? Maybe that's what happened. Sign a new deal in December. Okay. Release clause for only clubs in Champions League, 24.5 mil. I mean, that's less than he is now. So that's interesting. Will somebody come in and say, hey, if he has like a really good season or something like that, let's go ahead and buy him, right? Because it doesn't have an expiration date or anything like that. 1.5 million in the loyalty bonus. Not bad, sir. The new deal takes him essentially, what is that, 3.5 years? I'm just guessing. Yeah, can't see that. That's lovely. How did... okay, we'll just do this. Hoffenheim went from 11th to 10th. And he's not a key player. Or a hot prospect. Obviously not a hot prospect. He's just an average lad, as it were. Obviously, no continental competitions, anything like that. 47 caps, 6 goals. Did he? I can't remember. Yeah, 11 starts. I mean, okay, so we're going to check out Chile. Still not on the list in their top 5 top players, which has been interesting. 11 starts is it seems like a lot, like to me. Okay, 7.5 and a goal against Slovakia in a friendly. 6.8 with a goal against South Korea. 6.9 in a win against the United States. All friendlies, okay. Lots of friendlies. Goodness. 6.7 against Poland. 6.9 against Switzerland. 6.3 against Egypt. 5.9 against Saudi Arabia. Not the best. In a 2-1 win, it's almost like despite one on a 5.9. What happened? 6.7 against Ukraine. 6.7 against Australia. Okay, World Cup quarterfinal. Made the quarterfinals. I don't think we knew that, right? Yeah, that hadn't, or maybe it was scheduled last time. And he did. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It looks like he did start on a 6.7. They lost. Oh, a 92nd minute winner. That is absolutely gutting way to go out. Although I guess it would have gone to extra time and maybe, whatever. When your 8.2 goes out with an injury, rough tackle. That's not right. So he's only had one, competitive game, I guess, since that, and then they got World Cup qualifications starting here. So they've, he's gotten appearances. It's just only one of them has mattered, and that was the, end of their World Cup run. So that is what is going on with Juan. All right, my friends, Jordan Bradford is still with Liverpool, although he's wanted. He's on $50K a week, backup contract. So we'll have to see. Is what I predicted that was going to happen? Like, did the other guy move on and he moved up? But he's wanted by Hoffenheim. That'd be kind of fun to get Juan at the same place or Jordan at the same place as Juan. It shows that he won something in Turkey in 2026. I guess we'll have to find out. I guess he got loaned, potentially. He's worth 11 million. Nope. Okay, that was the season before. Okay. Got 1 cup start. I mean, you got him on a backup contract using 1 cup start with a clean sheet on a 7.1. And they didn't even use him in the next round of the cup because theoretically, right, if you had a clean sheet, you probably won that game. So doesn't get to make another appearance. We'll have to go find out which one that was. 9 international starts, though, with 8 conceded, with 4 clean sheets. So essentially, in 5 games, they gave up 8, and in 4 games, they gave up none. On a 6.8, not bad. But you'd think he's going to start getting frustrated. Of course, something has happened with the form. I don't know. Maybe it's the winter update in Football Manager. Did he have any injuries? Twisted his ankle about 3 weeks. Pulled wrist ligaments. I guess that was current when we saw him last time. Doesn't even have a number. Still listed as the under 23s. Oh, that's not good. Liverpool finished 3rd. Come on, Pep. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the key player. Really? I'd say he's developed quite well. 240 grand a week. So let's take a look. Goalkeeper. No, the other guy is still there, and he looks a bit better. He's also on a backup contract. So Jordan is like the 3rd string. Like if something goes really, really, really wrong, Jordan steps up. That's just and I guess Mike's still here, so we'll take a look at that here in a minute. Okay, Indonesia. Let's go. Okay, he's still their top. The goalkeeper is top player. They continue to rise. They're 90th. We started back here 164th, up to 90th. I'm just saying, I think Jordan gets all the credit. I give Jordan all the credit. 6.4, not great, and a 3-1 win. Okay, 6.4 to 2-3 loss. Maybe I spoke too soon. 6.3 with an injury against India and a loss. Okay, 6.6 and a penalty loss. 7.1 and a win. 7.5 and a draw, so they must have had a bunch of shots and he was able to get them away. And a 7.1 and a loss. So, okay, it's just the more recent games that haven't gone as well. But he's not playing, so like that, if he's not match sharp. It takes some time to get match sharp if you're not playing. Didn't play against Malaysia again. Is this where you have to play games in the country? Okay, this would debunk our theory that you can only see the games if one of the players played in it. Unless one of our players, if Andrew C. is still playing for Malaysia, maybe that's why. We'll take a look at that. Jordan on a 6.9 against Uzbekistan and a 6.9 against China. So kind of a year, right? He's still their key player, and he's also their vice captain. Nice. I think that's a change. But because he's not getting games, of course he's not going to be as match sharp. So that's going to impact his capabilities to do what he needs to do, right? Not great. Not great. I think that's all we can look at. Next player. Jonathan Needham. Still with Wolves. 110K a week. Wanted. Oh. He's not transfer listed. 108 million euro release clause to clubs in the Champions League. That expires an eternity from now. But he's a hot commodity. Look at the names. Inter and Man City as major interests. Atleti and Schalke and West Ham as minor interest. Interesting times, my friends. Let's go see. Did he pick up any caps? Yes, he had 9. So is he back in the good graces? Because it was a sub here, 2 subs, or maybe he's finally like coming to his own, right? They're like, okay, you're playing in the Premier League, you probably are going to get starts at the international stage. Those 34 starts and a sub, 8 assists on a 6.77, 3 cup starts and assist on a 7.13, 9 international starts with nothing but a 6.63. So not the greatest, but injuries. Okay, 3 weeks out with a pulled calf. Gashed upper leg. So he had December was not his month, right? He comes back in the 14th and then plays a couple games, I'm guessing, and then pulls calf muscle and he's out until, practically the end of January. But from an injury standpoint, that's not terrible. It's not like he was like injury prone or anything. Still can't see the form. Is he a deep line playmaker? 17 passing, 16 first touch, 18 vision. Maybe that's why he got some assists on the international stage. Let's look at Wolves. Okay, they dipped 12th to 15th, not the best, to be fair. But from a Mexico standpoint, they are back to being 16th. They were 16th. Behind me, you can't see a 16th. And then all the way up to 8th and back down to 16th. Not what you're wanting to see. Doesn't make the list of top players. From a schedule standpoint, Gold Cup Group B. Did they not make it out of the group? That would be here, wouldn't it? Confused. We'll take a look. Jonathan Needham, 6.8. So he doesn't play against Canada. He gets a win against Trinidad and Tobago, plays against Guatemala. Am I missing him against Canada? I don't think I am. Okay. Apparently didn't play. Okay. Guadalupe, 6.7. And a friendly, 7.1. And then a bunch of friendlies where it looks like he played 6.9, 6.3, 6.6. 6.3, 6.5 with an injury, 6.5, not the best run. I'm just kind of curious about this. I guess maybe the next round hasn't been set yet. Like this happened in June. Like, okay, they just had the game two days ago. So, okay, I was very confused how you could have 2 wins and a draw and not have the next round showing up here. So maybe they get into whatever it is, the quarterfinal, semifinal of the Gold Cup, and he can make an appearance there. Nations League, okay, they're currently on top, but that just really started, so not a whole lot to see there. And then obviously we saw they made the second round in the World Cup and lost. So that's what's going on with Jonathan Needham, my friends. Let me know what you think about that. All right, back to Liverpool. We have Mike Vitek still. Oh, wait. Hold the phone. He's on a first-team contract, my friends. First-team contract. 94K. Is that different? Maybe I'm making a big deal of that, and he was already on a first-team contract. I don't remember. He's wanted by Roma. Contract. Okay, same one as... So maybe he was already on it, and I just made a big deal over something that's not a big deal. utilization has gone in back to a couple seasons ago, right? 5 starts, 9 subs on a 6.81, 3 cup starts, 2 goals, 2 assists, 8.2, quite well. A continental sub on a 6.8, 8 international starts, 2 goals, 3 assists on a 7.28. So international's going well. International's going. Okay, was he injured? Oh, he tore his abdominal muscle. Was out for 2 months. So that knocks you back a bit. But I mean, that gets you to September. What happened after that, right? Like, I know you got to like work your way back into the team and whatever. But the fact that he's on a first team contract, he's not getting utilized first team minutes. You'd have to imagine. Mike's already said in the comments he's unhappy with his agent. He wants his agent to do something. Like, come on, mate. But again, you're getting paid pretty well. And as we saw, Liverpool ended in 3rd. It's because, I mean, you got to utilize it. I mean, who's still around? Okay. And where are they playing him? Because they got the wing back left thing here, and that is a bit strange to me. Mo Salah, 35, still hanging around. Interesting. I mean, look at all the talent. 22, 21, 23, 28, 18 on... He's loaned out. Okay. 22, 20. A bunch of youngsters. Maybe because it's friendly season, right? Because it's, the summer window. Maybe that explains it. But some of them, right? We got a 51 grand, 93 grand, it's 165 grand, 150 grand. Maybe not. Maybe these guys here are the youth prospects. Rotation of backup players. Mo Salah, Isco, Guedes is still there. Pedro probably doesn't belong. Okay, he's not in the starting. Okay. 110 grand here for Mayor Lovro. 110 grand. I mean, there is a lot of attacking players. And then when you look at the actual midfield, I mean, you've got a player here that can play midfield. Here. Like, they're a little light, is what it looks like in the actual midfield. Like, it seems very top heavy to me. And maybe that's what Pep wants. I don't know. Will Mike? I think that would be. Oh, he's. I think maybe it's time to move, man. Maybe do the reverse. Do the reverse Mo Salah. Go to Roma. Maybe. Okay, he's their second best player, Jamal Lewis, who is 29, and Mike is currently 25. Okay, Leicester versus Liverpool. So he is the key player and the capitan. So that other guy, even though he's on the list, he's up. He's not Mike, right? Let's see. 6.8 in a friendly and a draw. Azerbaijan. 6.8 with nothing. 3 goals scored, none from him. 7.1. 4 goals scored. None from him. Okay. 6.9 and a loss to Belgium. 6.9 and a loss to Switzerland. Not going well. 8.8 with a brace against Andorra. I mean, get the goals while you can, I guess. And then a 6.7 against Estonia. They lost to Estonia. Not ideal. It's 8.2. Again, with no goals. How are you having an 8.2? Maybe it was all assists. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he assisted on all those. Apparently didn't play against Andorra, at least that's what we assume, and here. So this would probably be because of his injury, right? Because he had that 2-month injury. That would explain that. Nations League, they did win promotion by a point. Ooh, okay, going up to League C, so that's progress. And then the Euros, again, you're probably not expecting them. I mean, it's a tough sledding. So Belgium currently behind, but if they win their next game, they're going to jump up. And Denmark's got 2 games in hand, so they could go to 9 points. So, but it is close, right? So make progress. I like it. Will Mike move to Roma? Let's find out next time. Paul Colombani is still with PSG. He is wanted. Ooh, and listed. Brentford are in the Premier League. Is that a shock to any of you? I mean, going back to 2006, 2007, they've not been near. I mean, they came in 5th, I guess, in 14-15, and they got promoted, relegated, and promoted back. They've been on quite the run. Okay, and West Ham, he's 14.75 is his asking price, which is below his value, theoretically. Last season, yet another loan back to Spain. 2 starts on a 6.85. 7 internationals with a sub and a goal on a 6.95. I could see why Paul's like a bit upset. He had 25 with 7 goals, 2 assists on a 6.88. So they brought him back. I wonder if he got injured because he didn't make a. Oh, that explains it. Oh, broken lower leg. 5 months. Just came back. Literally just came back. Had a cold before that. And some pulled ankle ligaments. Not the best from an injury standpoint, to say the least. Look at this. Look at the major injuries. 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 5 weeks, 2 months, 5 months. Paul, I mean, don't go tackling so hard, man. Bravery is dropped. At least I would think it's dropped. I don't know what it was before, but when you break your leg, generally the bravery attribute is going to go down in the game. And obviously we can't see the form. So let's, without him, they jumped 4 places. I was trying to give you a bone, like throw you a bone there, man. And then for Norway, okay, they were at 1.61st. They've got up to 28th and back down to 40th. Not listed on their top players. Obviously, he missed all of these. He would not have, because he broke his leg. But prior to that, didn't say it's 7. That doesn't make any sense now, does it? 7.3 and a loss to Germany. I mean, you're in League A, so you play Italy and Germany. You're Norway. You're probably expecting to go down, right? I mean, I would 6.6 and a loss to Italy, 6.6 and a loss to Germany, and apparently didn't play against Italy the second time. I think that's expected, right? Like, obviously he's not playing in any of these. How are they doing without him? Right. Not great. And then, I mean, do we even need to look? They got relegated. Straight relegated. No points, -12 goal differential. But again, that's tough sledding, right? Germany and Italy, and you're, I don't want to say small Norway, but in comparison to the behemoths of those two teams, kind of expected. So, will he move on to the Premier League? Well, I guess we should check. Is West Ham? Yes, barely. Oh, no. Okay, they finished 8th. It said 19th because it's alphabetical. Right. So, that's what's going on with Paul. Aysel Hetland has moved to Flamengo. Or is it Flamengo? I'm not as familiar. I apologize. Okay, so he was with River Plate. They loaned him to Croatia. Then he came back, played 3 starts, 2 goals, and assists on a 7.1. And then we'll have to see when they sold him for $10 million. So they got a return, right? They almost doubled their money there. And then he had 16 starts, a sub, 3 goals, 2 assists, 6.79, no cup, no continental, no non-competitive, 3 international, and a 6.67. And then that was to finish out the season, right? So maybe I'm trying to figure out when that happened, right? So it must have happened in the summer contract. Okay, he just signed a new deal, so that couldn't have been it. So they sold him, and then he got a new deal like a week ago. And thus far this season, 12 starts, 2 goals, 3 assists, 7.07. Now in the cups, 2 cup starts with a goal on a 7.25. 4 continental with 2 subs on a goal and assist on a 7.03. 2 international on 7. These are much better ratings. This season, I mean, he's adjusting, right? He's going back and forth. He's in Argentina, then he's in Brazil, and he's all over the place. He didn't play, and then he did play. But then he kind of settles in. That's a pretty good first half of the season, I would guess. I mean, maybe it's not as many games, I'm not sure, as it could have been. Did he have any injuries? Gash lower leg, bruised thigh. That's it. So nothing aggressive. New contract, 32 a week. 154 million minimum release clause. I know they could take less, but that's definitely a release clause, my friends. Holy cow. 32 grand a week. Okay, how'd they end up? They ended up in 7th last season. They currently are 1st. Oh, of course they are, because he's with them, right? So they got 30 points. They're clear by 3 points. And then for Uruguay, he's their 5th best player. Let's see here. Did they? Oh, I didn't look. Did they play each other? I don't remember. You remember. You'll go back and look or remember. A 6.8 and a draw. a 7.2, and a 5-0 smashing of Honduras. Apparently may not have played against Iran, and a bunch of friendlies aside from that. So let's just look real quick. 6.9 with an injury. 5.9 and a loss. Just checking. Well, then why can we see this game? Was he an unused sub, maybe? Maybe? 7.2 and a 2-1 win away to Saudi Arabia. Again, all friendlies. So, doing okay. Got World Cup qualification coming up. That's really all there is to show you about Mr. Hetland. Do you think is he just going to be like our player that stays in South America? I mean, he had the one loan move that went pretty well to Croatia, but is he going to just settle in, relieved to have signed a new contract? I just now saw that. So that's curious. Let me know what you think about that. Okay. I didn't think that had happened. Özcan has moved to Stoke, and he moved in the summer window. Must have been. Okay. Last season, 33 starts, 7 subs, 6 goals, 9 assists, 684. Pretty solid. 5 cup on a 6.6. 4 international starts, 2 subs, 2 goals, and assists on a 717. Quite nice. Injuries. Bruised ankle, sprained ankle ligaments, 4 weeks. Okay, but that's all there is to it. Moved in June. So moved less than a month ago to Stoke. Relegation release clause of 31.5. They paid him 5.25 and a loyalty bonus. Nice job from the agent there. Way to go, Greg. It's a 5-year deal. Pretty tasty. Now, our Stoke, they're back in the Premier League and doing quite well. I mean, finished 11th. To get relegated, it took them a while to get back. It went back down, and then from 6th place through the playoffs, 6th place through the playoffs, and then finishing 17th, just outside the relegation zone, right? 16th, and then boom, 11th. They were able to survive. Quite nice. They have a host. He's not even listed. Ooh, makes you nervous, doesn't it? He's not even listed. But he just signed, so should we be as nervous? I mean, it's a rotation deal. He's getting paid 94 grand a week to rotate. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Good living. You just have to train and occasionally play, and you're gonna get paid 94 grand a week. Ireland has Chris Hughton is in charge, and okay, we're now 5th best player. 2 players at Stoke. That's interesting. 46th, not exactly the comeback of the year. Let's take a look here. 8.7 with a goal. It's a 5-0 win, but you'll take it, right? 7.9 with a goal against Armenia. Unused sub, maybe, against Albania. And maybe again against Romania, potentially. Subbed in on a 6.4 in a win. Apparently was not involved against Belgium. And then 6.6 in a draw with Bosnia. Before that, we had sub in on a 6.7 and a friendly loss to Ecuador and a 6.7 draw with Belgium. Let's look at the Nations League. They got themselves from. Okay, so I guess it's 4 goals first, because they had worse against, same goal differential. So by a hair, Ireland beats out Belgium to go to League A. I'm guessing they get smashed next time, but maybe Özcan is bringing. I mean, what is he really bringing them? They're 2 points off the top in what looks like, in my opinion, a winnable group. They've got 6 games left to kind of correct that. They've drawn 2 when they probably should have gotten wins, would be my guess. But 1 game different, right? And they would be tied at the top of the table. So can they make the Euros? Will Özcan play at all in Stoke? Find out next time. He's still here, my friends. It's Andrew C. He's not on Greg Baxter's list, obviously. Doesn't even have an agent. You got an agent, mate? Ken Ramachandran. who's got every Malaysian player you could probably ever want, is what it looks like. All right, still around. Contract ends in 6 months, though, or 5 months, or whatever. Makes you nervous. Okay, ended last season, 18 starts with a sub 4 goals, 4 assists, 6-8-8, 17 cup starts. My goodness, how many cups are there? 6-7-4, 7 internationals with a goal on a 6-8-1. Is that? Okay, he was already involved heavily in the international space. Okay, and then thus far this season, okay, last season ended with 18-1. Thus far this season, he's at 13-1 with 2 cups, because remember, all the cups are in the fall, I think, is what I remember. 6-6-9, not great. 11 international starts on a 6-5-9. So he's not subbing in. He is starting for the international team. It's just kind of going okay. Bruised ribs is the only thing that is different. Obviously, you can't see the form. Contract, same deal, expires. I mean, yeah, I think he could get a move if his agent wasn't Malaysia. Like, maybe his agent is going to force him to stay in Malaysia, but you think he could make a move to get away. Like, he's making international appearances. He's doing okay, but could he go to Australia? Could he go to South Korea? Or does he just want to, like, stay at home? Yeah, he's playing for the best team. So that's that. And then let's look at his... He's not even on the... That's hilarious. Malaysian career here. 6.8 and a loss to Thailand. 6.6. Didn't play against Bhutan. Or if he did, we can't see it. 6.1. 6.6. 6.6. It's not gone well for Malaysia recently. 6.8. 6.9. Okay. Is this the... Yeah, this is the one where he didn't play Marcus. Because Marcus... My guess is this is for players that play in that country. That's how I'm guessing this is working. 6.3. Uh-oh. With a missed penalty, which could have gotten them the win. And then they get through. Oh, that's pretty gutting. If he scores that goal, they get through. 6.6 and a loss. 6.6 and a draw. 6.6 and a draw. 7.0 and a win. They finally get a win. There is a bunch of games. They were not kidding. Goodness me. 6.6 with an injury. 6.8 and a loss. And a 7.0 and a win. So is it just the team, or is it just... I can't see the groups. I'm not going to go track it down. It probably doesn't really matter. Dead last in World Cup qualification. And he's their key player. So when your key player is getting 6.6s, we'll have to find out. Will Andrew be gone? Will he be gone? Let's find out next time. That's where we will leave it, my friends. We have one player, as you can see, listed. Lots of stuff happened in this episode. That kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. Will Jordan Bradford get a move? Will Paul Colombani get a move? Will anybody else get a move or a loan? Or will we have 2 players at Hoffenheim? Lots of stuff to find out next episode. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button. I know we're 9 years in. It's like the 9th episode. It really does help if you hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. I think this is fascinating. Will Andrew C. disappear? Find out next time. Have a good one.